what in the world is happening to our men these days? This is disgusting. I spent months and months and months talking about the toxic beauty standards that we as women have to face on a daily basis, and how these beauty standards have negatively affected our everyday lives and how we perceive ourselves in the world. And I could literally spend like another year talking about the beauty standards and how it screwed up our lives, and I will be. But I realized that not only do societal beauty standards apply to women, but they also apply to men. And because beauty standards have gotten so out of hand, so many men have fallen victim to this harsh reality and have started to change their bodies. So first of all, what exactly are the body standards and face standards for men? Just like women, men also have very specific body standards that they have to adhere to in order to be accepted. One being broad shoulders. The broad shoulders of men are a sign of strength, status, and power. It supposedly means that a man will make a good husband and be able to provide for his wife. What? Who's making this stuff up? Whatever. Anyways, as a man, the ultimate body shape is an inverted triangle, which is basically wide shoulders with a slim waist and hips. This is the more exaggerated version of the trapezoid shape, and is often seen as being specifically related to a person that works out a lot, like athletes, which is why the shape is such like the ultimate standard to have. But the inverted triangle shape is such a rare body shape to have that only 5% of males naturally have this body shape. Michael Phelps, a famous athlete, is one of the few men who are blessed with being born with the triangle shape. And last but not least, men have to have a really pronounced and strong jawline. This signifies that he's dominant, masculine, and cutthroat. And those are only like the main ones. So as you can see, men too have a list of physical attributes that they have to meet in order to be the ultimate man. Has anyone ever watched the show called Modern Family? Reed Ewing, an actor on Modern Family, decided to get cheek fillers after getting told by a cosmetic surgeon that he needed some, which is so sad. Like, why are surgeons recommending unnecessary procedures? I've heard so many stories of people booking a consultation with a plastic surgeon and coming out of the consultation with 5 other things on the list they want to get done and like 5 more insecurities because the doctor recommended them to change this or that about their body. Modern Family is where Reed Ewing got his big break, but with all the fame came a lot of insecurity for the actor. Apparently he suffered from body dysmorphia, so he was constantly obsessed with how he looked. So after the surgery and all the swelling went down, he admitted that his results were horrendous. He stated, and I quote, "I vowed I would never get cosmetic surgery again, even though I still was deeply insecure about my looks. It took me about 6 months before I was comfortable with people even looking at me. I wish I could go back and undo all the surgeries." And might I add that he was fairly young when he got these procedures done.
When you looked in the mirror, what did you see?
Sometimes I would think I was really handsome, and sometimes I would think I was like hideously ugly. I think at one point I took a photo, and I remember looking at that photo, and that was the moment where I said I had to get cosmetic surgery because like no one was allowed to be that ugly. I would get something in this attempt to look better, and then after it swelled down, I would say, no, this is not the way I look. Why did I do this? And then I would go back to the same doctor and beg them to take it out.
This is something that a lot of celebrities have to deal with. I think we were all shocked when we saw the changes that Liam Payne from One Direction went through. If you didn't know, Liam Payne was a part of the biggest boy band group in the world at the time called One Direction. And also, I just so happened to be like the biggest One Directioner ever. Naturally, Liam Payne was a normal, handsome, good-looking man. But recently, after a red carpet event, it was discovered his face looked completely different. Allegedly, experts say that Liam may have opted out for jawline filler, lip filler, chin filler, vocal fat removal, and Botox. The real question is why? He literally looks so good. Like, for me personally, I think he looks so much worse. Someone who actually did admit to getting cosmetic procedures done is Simon Cowell. Simon Cowell is an English TV personality and entrepreneur. In the US, he was best known for being a judge on American Idol. Simon has previously denied having a facelift, but admitted to regretting an extensive use of Botox. And I can understand why he regretted getting Botox because he took it way too far. He looked so normal before. And also, can I say there are so many like middle-aged women who are like obsessed with Simon Cowell. So he had like a big fan, a big following. Everyone loved him. I think maybe it was a combination of him being afraid to get older maybe, and having these toxic societal pressures of being in the spotlight 24/7. Ever since his viral video in 2021, fans have been speculating whether Zack Efron has had any type of plastic surgery done to his face. The rumors have been so persistent that Zack Efron had to explain that his different face was due to a jaw injury in 2013, not surgery. Okay guys, I couldn't put in the audio for this interview because it got copyrighted, but this interview was basically just Zac Efron talking about how he didn't get like a crazy amount of like plastic surgery on his face. He just got in an accident and had to have jaw surgery on his face, and that's pretty much it. There was no like cosmetic work done. Which I really hope he's being honest, but I can't deny that he does look so different than he did a couple of years ago. But I also understand that people, you know, naturally age and change with time. So Joe Jonas is another man who has openly admitted to getting cosmetic work done. Joe is a part of the Jonas Brothers who found fame in 2006, and he revealed that he's happy to get injectables to prevent signs of aging specifically, and a scar he has between his eyebrows. In fact, he even partnered with the cosmetic injectable brand Xeomin for a campaign.
Who wants to wake up looking like someone else? Not me. Whether I'm home or on the road or somewhere in between, I try to take care of my skin because I believe less is more. I really care what I put in my body. I want consistent results. I want something that keeps me, well, looking like me, because there's no one way to define beauty. With a smart toxin like Xeomin, it's on my terms.
I mean, as long as he's honest, that's all that matters. 68-year-old Howard Stern is most famous for being one of America's most famous radio personalities and for being a judge on America's Got Talent. He admitted to getting a nose job and using liposuction to remove his double chin. He underwent surgery to have a part of his nose removed. He spoke about it in 2006 and admitted that he actually lost his voice for a short time after the procedure. He said the pain was so bad that he made a vow to never get any more work done in the future. The common theme that I'm seeing with all these celebrities that have admitted to getting work done is that they've all done it partly because they're in the public eye and because the beauty and societal standards are set so high. It's almost like they're expected to look good 24/7 and to get whatever procedures necessary to achieve that. This is what the entertainment world will do to you. A lot of people say that everyone wants to be famous and who doesn't want to be like a pop star or like a rock star, but for me, I feel bad for these people because of the pressure that they have to fit into in order to be accepted and to stay famous. I would never want to be a famous person ever. Currently, some men are trying to push back on these toxic current male beauty standards and redefine what it is to be a man. With today's fashion, we're seeing men become more aware of toxic masculinity and start to dress and live more authentically. This is very prevalent in the fashion industry because if you look at it, some of these outfits that these men are wearing today, they wouldn't dream of wearing like 20-25 years ago, just because of the simple fact of how much they would be judged and labeled. Look at Harry Styles. Harry was also one of the members from One Direction, and he has been known to be very artistic when it comes to expressing himself. He's been photographed wearing dresses, makeup, and even has his own nail polish line. He's always made it clear that certain clothing and overall ways of living shouldn't be confined to just one gender, and we should feel comfortable to be our most authentic self. And of course, I'm all for that. I think that people don't understand that society literally dictates the standards of how we live our lives every single day. Like back in the day, it was actually expected for men to wear high heels, men wear dresses, and it was expected for men to wear makeup because it proved that they were able to afford the rich lifestyle and they were just held to like a higher regard. And also, I've talked about many times how pink was actually a masculine color and blue was actually a feminine color. Literally, the roles have just been reversed. People don't understand that one day society can consider pink to be a boy's color and then another day blue to be a girl's color and then just switch it, which they have done that. People don't understand that how we live our lives is because of how society is set up. For me, it just makes me angry and upset because so many people are judging others because of how they choose to live their life and how they dress and stuff like that. Like if a man were to walk down the street wearing a dress, of course he would be judged judged, shamed, and ridiculed for wearing that dress. When a couple of years ago, boys actually wore dresses. Or people would assume a man is gay if he wears eyeshadow on his eyes. Yet a couple of years ago, men actually wore makeup and it was a normal thing. So this whole like men only do this thing and women only do this thing is just so stupid because it's not true. And if people would just stop letting society dictate how they perceive life will be so much better. But that's not gonna happen. Society and the beauty standards will only get worse from here. But today's video was just about showing how men beauty standards do exist and they are toxic and the horrible effects it has had in society. If you enjoyed today's video, that's so great. Check out my other videos. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it and come back next week for my next video. All right, see you guys next week. Bye guys.